you know, a lot of times in life, you know, we be like procrastinating, you know, to do certain things. We have a dream, we have a vision, you know what I'm saying, that we want to do something, but then, man, we make so many excuses, and we'll never get that stuff done, man. You know, I heard, like, I remember Mom used to always say, the hardest part is to get started. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just go do it. You know what I'm saying? My pop used to say it too. Just go do it. Just go do it. Go do it and think about it later, man. Just you know, some stuff we think too much on, and then we end up tricking ourselves or talking ourselves out of even doing the thing that we even wanted to do. Or we listen to other people. You know, we listen to other people, we lose our fire for it. You know, a lot of people may tell you, but I wouldn't do it like that, or I'd do it like this, and the crazy part about it, they ain't even doing nothing. Well, they don't see your dream. What they say, you tell your dream to somebody and they don't believe it, or they feel like, man, that's a little bit too much, you're on the right track. Because if you tell your dream to somebody and they're like, oh man, that sounds doable. Dream, you need to dream a little bit bigger. You know, like, you may have a cool idea and people be like, oh man, I like that, I see that working. Now that's cool too, but know what I'm saying? As you elevate, allow your dreams to elevate. You know, as you elevate in life, man, you may be dreaming about buying a car, and you may be talking to somebody that owns 10 cars. To them, your dream gonna be small, but depending on where you start, that's a big dream. You know, like, I know people right now, man, that ain't got a car, they ain't got a vehicle, and they like, oh my goodness, only if I could have a car, you know. And then we got people that take it for granted. They may own, like I say, 10 cars, but having a car ain't none of them. So, but that's your dream. Hold on to your dream. And that's your story. Hold on to your story. Don't let nobody tell you what your story is worth, or what your story should be talking about and all that. Man, you write your book, man. You write your book, you narrate your book. You produce your book. You do it all. You know, you do it all, man. This is your life. It's time for you to grab this bull by the horns and do what you was meant to do. Do what you dreamed of doing. Do the things in your life that all the naysayers said couldn't be done. But sometimes you gotta roll your sleeves up, tighten that belt up, and go about that thing that they said that couldn't be done. Go about that thing that they said that couldn't be done, and that's the only way you're gonna be able to, follow your dreams and actually commit to them. So that's just, I don't know. That's my perspective on it. But you just gotta keep living. Let them pages stay steady, unfold. You know, as long as you live and you're witnessing things, and you're experiencing things, and you end up being, you know, introduced to new things, and those things may change. Your initial ideas on a lot of things may change, and the crazy part about it, they will. They're gonna broaden. You know, I think about the things that I used to think about pre me traveling, and the things that I think about post me traveling and going different places. Man, my mentality and my outlook is totally different. Like, it's way broader, you know, than it was back then. Not to say that, you know, not to put myself on a pedestal and say better in no kind of way. But I'm just saying my thought process is broader than I was. I only compete with myself. I ain't compete with nobody. Like, I'm not competing with nobody. I compete with myself. Am I better than I was yesterday? When I look back, I had a vision board. You know, when I was going through aviation school, I had a vision board, and that vision board had everything that I wanted to do on that vision board. You know what I'm saying? It was small steps and big steps. It was like places that I wanted to go that I had never even been to. I was talking about going out of the country. I didn't even have a passport. You know, didn't even have a passport. I probably didn't even have a driver's license. My license was probably low-key suspended. And I was talking about going to these foreign places, man. And I looked up one day and I had been. I remember, man, I spoke that thing to existence and I had that vision board set up. And man, I looked and I was like, dang, I'm on my way over here. Like, I'm on my way out there, you know what I'm saying, to Italy, Venice. Like, man, that was on my vision board, and I didn't know how I was gonna do it. It wasn't even something that I was pressing hard to go do. That's the crazy part about it. Like, I wrote it on there like just doodling, and it was like that opportunity rose. I'm like, wow, that plays out of all places. You know, that's the law of attraction. Like, why that place out of all places? And that's the way it happened, man. And you know, I just was working. I was working, and I was going towards a vision, my vision. But at the time, it ain't had nothing to do with going to Italy. You know, had nothing to do with riding a boat in Venice. And then when I was like, it was like get my aviation, get my aircraft maintenance license, man. Get my A&P, you know what I'm saying? I was like, oh, okay, cool, man. Oh man, I got a year and a half left for training. Oh man, I'm like, dang, man, you know, around this time, that's what I'm gonna be doing. Oh man, then I'm gonna go work for this company. I'm gonna go to Fort Rucker, you know what I'm saying? It was like, oh man, and then all of a sudden, the first thing that I did wasn't Fort Rucker, but it was like later on, you know what I'm saying, that opportunity came up and I had forgot about it. At the time, I didn't even want to go to Fort Rucker. I was like, man, I'm cool where I'm at. And I thought about it, man, I wrote that on my vision board, dog. Man, all right, man, shoot, where that came, that opportunity came. That was the law of attraction working again. You know what I'm saying? It was like just writing these things down and forgetting about them, but keep working. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you write the stuff down, you can't just stop and just sit back. You got to keep working, keep building your relationships, and keep doing things that you're doing, because that's what's, you know, what they say, you can be faithful of a few things, God bless you with many. You know what I'm saying?
Sorry, didn't check my phone. That was like last night at midnight. I was in bed.
Yeah, like I said, I ended up getting my license, my aviation license. And then it was like, you know, pay certain bills off, and do this, that. I never had a whole lot of debt, you know what I'm saying? But it was like pay certain bills off, you know. And then, bam, I look up, I did all that. Then, crazy part about it, man, I was at my dad's house, and that vision board was at my dad's house, and I went home, you know, years later. And I had been home between time, but I went home and I slept in my room, my old room, and that vision board was still up there, and it was like 3 years old. And I said, man, I did everything on that board. I was thinking about that. I said, I did everything on that board, man. So I'm all about a vision board. Actually, I got one now that I'm working on. And you know, they don't just come together like in one day. You know what I'm saying? It's just like over time, you know, you put stuff up there, and then you fill it up, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh man, you just go about doing it. You know what I'm saying? I look at old journals, you know what I'm saying, that I had done written in, and think about some of the things that I was going through in that time. And we were talking about you not knowing how tomorrow's gonna play out. It's like sometimes you don't know how these things are gonna work. You really don't know how these things are gonna work, and then you just kind of continue to just live and go through things and man, experience different stuff, but you keep pushing. You keep pushing towards your mark, whatever that may be. You know, I don't care if it's going to trucking school, I don't care if it's doing hair, I don't care if it's man, you working on trying to go to college, get a scholarship, play ball or whatever, man. You just keep working on stuff and constantly build your relationship. But man, you gotta have your heart right though. Have your heart right, man. I think that's one of the common factors, the common denominators in all of this, man. It's God to put the people around you that need to be around you, and He'll rid your life with the people that don't need to be there. And I truly, I believe that. Like, I really, really believe that.
It says all the things.
Yep, I really believe that. But yeah, so it's crazy, you know, because I'm like, you can't mess with God's people, man.
See, she
You
works
can't mess
for
with God's
job
people.
days, so.
You mess with God's
So they
people,
work. And,
you gonna make them ride. You gonna have them rising up in front of you.
She
You
has
know.
to work.
You know, one thing I had to learn, you know, years ago, I had to learn, you know, you'll go through something, maybe even with somebody,
9 to
and
1, 10
then
to 2, 11 to 3. Whatever.
you feel like they
8 hours.
wronged you or whatever. You can't expect for God to bless you and curse them.
I said,
If
pick
you
one,
waiting
I
on
don't care.
God
And
to
our
curse
sister
them,
says, "We don't
or
give
you
her
waiting
choice, we
on
tell her."
that person's karma,
10 to 2.
then you ain't doing the right thing. You know, because God can reverse that thing and you end up picking up that person's karma.
Daytime 10 to 2, night 4 to 8.
You know, because God looking at you like, boy, you done so much and I done forgave you. I don't want to hear nothing about how you feel about somebody else did you. You know what I'm saying? Now you feel like you pray about it and you pick up your cloth and your rug and you keep going. You don't carry that stuff with you, because most of the time when people done something to you, man, or done you a certain kind of way, they ain't thinking about it no more. They forgot about it. And the crazy part about it, they probably don't even know that they did you dirty. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't intentional, but you took it a certain way. It ain't like that all the time, but sometimes that's just the way it is.
But I'm not saying that.
Sometimes that's just the way it
And she
is.
must sign in electronically. Starting
Yep. You can't expect for God to bless you or curse them. Yeah, I'm still rocking with this Kobe. Anyway. Yeah, man.
You want her to have to go to the office to sign in?
Still rocking with this Kobe. That's what it is, though. Living my best life. I ain't got living my best life. I ain't living my best life right now. Let me not even front. Like, I sing that song, going through some things, you know. Really ain't seeing my kids right. You know what I'm saying, right now. And that's a very hard thing I'm going through. You know. Boy, that legal system is a beast.
Because I can't work
You
Saturday.
know. And my heart cry out for them the same way I know their hearts cry out for me.
Or you can just work Sunday and I'll tell Nikki I can't work Saturday.
But anyway, I'm gonna hold that close to a safe place. I'll talk about that when I'm ready.
Decide what she wants to cover, the open or the 10 or the big one.
Yeah, man, I'll talk about that when I'm ready, man.
She used to do her
I ain't ready right
you
now.
know? She's just crap. She's like,
Yeah, man.
have a free volunteer meeting all year again.
But yeah,
She whine.
this life I'm living right now, I ain't never seen it before.
Excuse me?
And I used to say that all the time. Like, I ain't used to say it all the time. I just started saying it because I was like, man, like, you know, you go through things in life and then you start to witness, you know, you see the same things and it's familiar. You know how to, you know how to kind of operate in that. Let me check this out right quick.
I love you. I just don't like the way you're not doing your job very well. You do a lot of your job really well.
I got a feeling that boy wasn't even on. At least I got you. But I don't think you was even shooting.
I look at that, it's a little too thick to be quartered.
But yeah, man. So that's what it is.
Well, it's got a whole lot of glue under it.
That's what it is. Yep, sometimes that's just what it is, man. Yep. So I try to let go, man, go and let God, and man, the things that I had the power to change, I change them. I try my best to work on those. And the things that I don't, man, I pray about them and ask God for the strength or for the wisdom. You know what I'm saying? That one day I can change these certain things, or if it ain't for me to change, then Father, you know what to do. Help me to learn. Help me to learn from this stuff. But yeah, that's it in a nutshell. That is it in a nutshell, buddy. But anyway, I'm about to sign off, and it's been my pleasure. Really, it's been my pleasure. My pleasure of talking to y'all and just having like free thought. And I'll come to y'all later, man. Come to y'all later. I'm gonna have some people on here, have some guests, stuff like that, and we're gonna bring it to you live and direct. But for right now, you just got me in real conversations. That's what you got. Me in real conversation. And my good old Cohiba. Good old Cohiba. Cohiba. That's what you got. That's what you got. That's what you got. Anyway, I'm gonna holler at y'all later. I'm gonna go and put this out because I done saved this a couple times. Like I said, this is the Cohiba La Republica Dominica, and I'm kind of living with this cigar for a minute to see how I like it. Some days I like more of a robust cigar. Some days I don't. Last time I really wasn't feeling it. You know what I'm saying? And it was a little bit too much for me. This time it's perfect. It's just right. It's exactly what I need. So yeah. So we ain't the same way all the time. So, we ain't the same way all the time. And that's for real though. But yeah, so right now it's perfect. It's exactly what I need. You know what I'm saying? But it's been other times where I ain't fooling with it, like I say. But on this cool evening, enjoying a nice cup of coffee and a good old stick, and talking to the folks. But fly high, man. Fly high and live your life. Don't be so rigid, because sometimes you gotta take the bumps and the bruises, and you gotta pick yourself up and keep going. Sometimes you gotta be more fluent like water, because you're gonna fall, and life is gonna come at you 100 miles an hour. But keep going. What they say, I heard a wise person tell you this: if you're going through hell, just keep on going. Just keep on going. You get out of it.
Across the street there. Somebody tell us.
Festo.